As a full-time producer, it's important that I stay innovative, inspired, and open to the assortment of ways that I can create. What's up, gang, and welcome to another episode of Inspired By, a series where we look at the musical trends, past and present, to understand the techniques used so that you guys can make better music. My name's Will, and I make a plethora of music under the moniker Hush Child. I was getting creative today in Ableton 11, which officially releases on February 23rd. And I've discovered a workflow method that works so beneficially to the way that I create ideas and loops, it might actually replace my current creative strategies. I wanted to share it with you guys today as a quick and easy tutorial because it also shares a lot of similarities with FL Studio. Let's waste no time and let's jump into it. Now I've got some instruments ready to go. On this track here I have scalar, but I'm not using scalar for any particular reason other than lately I've just really enjoyed the sound of scalar, the piano sound. And the brilliant thing about Ableton 11 is that down here we have this scale function. And I know the gang that use FL Studio are going to find this super helpful, that this is looking fairly similar. So by pressing fold we can name these notes here, which is super helpful. But by hitting scale it just deletes any of those unwanted blank squares that we might have, like in this section here. They're no longer illuminated, which is super handy. I'm going to keep it off that function just because I do like to see the notes. But let's just create something in this D Dorian scale, something slightly jazzy for lo-fi beats. So I'm going to start with this D here. I'm just going to draw it out to that second margin here. I'm going to hold Alt and I'm going to drag this up to the F and I'm drag this up to the A, and then I'm going to go to C and E3 here, and I'm going to copy that out, so Alt and drag that out. And with this one I'm going to keep these chords the same, but I'm just going to drag this down to D3 and also add G1. So we can grab this side margin, and if we click and hold and drag it to the left, it will make these squares fatter or thinner. So I'm just going to make it a little bit easier for us to see. Let's drag these out again. Alt drag, and let's really mix it up this time. So we're going to go A down here, and we're going to go E, G, B, and E. I think that actually works. Yeah, and with this next chord, I'm actually going to break the rules because I kind of know where I'm going now, and I just want to add like a diminished chord. So I understand that these are the highlighted regions. If we hit scale, we're going to be sitting like this, but I'm going to break these rules and add just a couple of flats, and you'll see why. Hopefully it'll sound quite nice. And I think I want to play over that. So I've record enabled my next piano. And I think it's just going to play E. G, D. To the flat. D, E. You may have noticed that we've already got a kind of detuned lo-fi sound. And the reason there is because I've just thrown on my master the Lo-Fi effects rack, which you guys can obviously download from my Patreon. Whilst I'm making this lo-fi track, guys, it's reminded me to tell you that I recently released a new song called Days, and it's out on all streaming platforms, and I did it with the help of DistroKid, who's today's sponsor. DistroKid makes it so easy to get your music on all of the streaming platforms. This includes Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, and even social medias like TikTok and Instagram. They have super awesome tools like the handy Hyper Tool function, which allows your audience to pre-save your music ahead of its release date. It's coupled with a link that you can put in your Instagram bio, and when your audience is transported there, you can even collect their emails for later use. Now, if you're writing your tracks with friends and collaborators, they also have a handy Teams function. It's here that you can create splits and retrospectively edit these percentages and see who's made what from that track. Of course, your collaborators will need a DistroKid account as well, but when you invite them to the platform, they'll get 50% off. If you want to start releasing music with DistroKid, make sure that you use the code distrokid.com/VIP/Will Hatton and you'll get 7% off your first year. Now, with that out the way, I did drop my glasses, and let's crack on with the episode. From here, let's put in the bass. So I'm going to highlight this region, right click, insert MIDI track. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to highlight the above regions, and then I'm going to draw in my bass notes. So we're going to go down here. I can see the notes there. I can go to scale if I want and scale those up. And the reason that there's white squares left is obviously because I broke the rules a little bit with these flattened notes at the end. So let's start with like D1. Let's go across 2 squares. We'll play the D again and then D above. Yeah. Let's put some drums in. So on this track, I'm just going to play it in live, keep it really simple with a kick, snare, hi-hat. So let's quantize that first note, Command U. I'm going to change the velocity of these notes here. Click in the square, Command A, select everything and bring that velocity down. I'm going to bring it down to like 90. Okay, so now that's in. I just want to record a lead line. So let's try that now. I think this one can be better. Command J to bring it all together. These are a little bit cut off, so Command U to just bring this onto the first line. So that can be something that comes in maybe a little bit later. We're going to have this here. So we're just doing a brief little bit of arranging. It's going to be a nice looping piece. So I'm just going to put something in here that can carry along. There we go. So nothing too serious. I'm going to jump into my hard drive and just choose these effects. I'm going to do effects 3 here and I'm going to choose effects 1. And these are just some sounds that I made from ambient noise that I use in my live sets a lot, just to create some ear candy and give a bit of an atmosphere to the music. And then at that point, I think if we were arranging it properly, I'd loop it up and have a little break just to create a little bit of a transition space between the end of my loop essentially and the beginning of my new loop. There we have it, easy 2-minute arrangement. And I'll use this as a backing track in the introduction to my next video. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. So there we have it guys, just a quick overview of Ableton 11 today while I make some lo-fi beats, and I thought this may be helpful for those that were in 2 minds about jumping ship from Logic or FL Studio to Ableton, or making the update from Ableton 10 to 11. Do let me know in the comments if you are thinking about changing, and feel free to ask me any questions that you have before you make the jump. As always guys, like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Hit that bell icon so you get a notification when the next video goes live. And feel free to check out that video from earlier this week and any of the playlists that I've made. As always, anything that I've mentioned in this video or previous is in the description below. For now guys, I thank you so much and I'll see you next time.